Well, hello, everyone. Welcome, and thank you for joining us for another great Law Clerk webinar. My name is Kristin Tyler. I'm an attorney, and I'm one of the co-founders of Law Clerk, and I'm so glad to be joined today by my good friend and my colleague at Law Clerk, Mike Graner. Mike, please take a minute and introduce yourself.
How you doing? I'm Mike Graner. Been with Lawclerk for over 3 years now and working on a little of everything. Marketing, helping out with this new subscription program we have, which we'll get into later, on top of just, going to conferences, chatting with lawyers.
Awesome. Yeah, Mike makes it all happen. And I'm so glad he could join us today because he's got some really great insight on ways that freelance lawyers can help make their profile shine. So without further ado, let me cue up my screen share and we'll get started. Now, hopefully you are here for the right presentation. Today we're talking about insider tips to make your freelance lawyer profile shine. These are some tried and true ways that we found that help lawyers get more work through our site. And we want to share those with you. So hopefully you're here for the right session on insider tips about freelancing. If you're looking for other sorts of insider tips on trading or other things, like unfortunately we don't have that. The GameStop thing has been so entertaining the last week, but we are here to talk about freelance lawyering. Okay, that was my really corny joke. Thanks for not leaving the webinar quite yet. Hopefully, if you're here, you already know what Law Clerk is. I think that if you're joining us live, chances are you have an account with us. If you are watching a replay later on, I want to just take a minute to kind of briefly explain Law Clerk. So at Law Clerk, we help attorneys, everyone from solo attorneys to small firms, we help them connect with freelance talent from other lawyers when they need extra help. So this can be anything from helping with research, with discovery, with writing any sort of written document, be it a motion, a brief, a lease agreement, a contract, you name it, our freelance lawyers can write it. And it's really a great solution for law firms that are feeling some growing pains. If you're growing, if you need extra help, we can be a great solution. So if you haven't visited us yet, you can find us at lawclerk.legal. There is no fee to sign up for an account, whether you're signing up to hire help or you're signing up because you want to freelance. There's no fee to sign up and there's no monthly fee. All of the work, most of the work is done on a project-by-project basis at a flat fee price set by the hiring attorney. We did recently launch a new subscription option. We'll mention that a little bit at the end of today, but the bulk of our work to date has been project-based. But we anticipate more and more of that will move to that new subscription program as it continues to grow. So check us out, lawclerk.legal. If you haven't already made an account, there's no time like the present and would definitely encourage you to do that. But today is all about the freelancers, okay? We wanted to put together some tips that will help you hopefully land more freelance work because at the end of the day, we want to see you succeed. The true secret weapon behind the power of Law Clerk and how we are helping transform the legal industry is our freelance lawyers. You guys are amazing, in a word. We have freelance lawyers in all 50 states. We currently, at the time we're recording this, have about 3,500 freelancers, and you better bet that they have every area of expertise, every practice area, it's just amazing where you guys bring your talent to this platform. And I want you to know you are truly the secret weapon. Yes, we are the only platform built to be ABA compliant in all 50 states. We are the only fully automated platform that makes it easy for busy lawyers to find and connect with freelance talent very quickly when they need help. But at the end of the day, none of that would work. None of the technology would work without the power of our freelancers. So, hats off to you guys. We are amazing, and we're so grateful that you are willing to lend your time and efforts to the busy lawyers in our network when they need help. Our freelancers come from all different backgrounds. Narisa is a top-rated appellate lawyer out of North Carolina. Carrie does a lot of different things. She has her own solo practice in Texas, and she's actually, fun fact, started hiring help recently. John's a retired Harvard law grad, loves to do bankruptcy litigation, and continues to do some writing work in his retirement. Rachel, started her career as a nurse, and now she's a full-time freelance lawyer and doing some really amazing work for lawyers. We've got people that are freelancing as kind of like a moonlighting gig. They have a day job, but they pick up some freelance work to earn extra money, pay off those student loans, whatever it may be. You are welcome to do that. And by the way, I know that a lot of county employers for sure, and also different legal clinics and pro bono clinics, they actually encourage people to do freelance work as long as it's outside their jurisdiction. So definitely check with your employer, but moonlighting is a great way to pick up some extra cash. We have a lot of people that, went to very prestigious law firms and even did externships or clerkships and are now very intentionally choosing to right out the gate chart a freelance career rather than go through the kind of more traditional path of working in a law firm. We even, of course, have a lot of stay-at-home parents that are, focusing the bulk of their time right now on caring for families or maybe even caring for elderly parents, but they want to keep those legal skills sharp. They want to stay in the game, and freelancing allows them the flexibility to do that on their own terms. And I just think it's a win for the industry to be able to keep that talent engaged. And it's a win for the freelance lawyers as well to, keep their knowledge building continuously. Now, when it comes to the benefits of charting a freelance career, they're really endless. And for those of you joining us today, if you want to, I would love to hear from you in the comments if you want to chime in about kind of what benefits you see in being a freelance lawyer. So if you want, drop a note about those. But from our perspective, some of the big ones that we focus on when we're talking with potential freelance lawyers who are thinking about making this a part of their legal career is, of course, the flexibility to work anywhere, anytime on your own terms. Off the top of my head, I can think of, I think it's 2 or 3 of our freelancers are actually living in Central America, like with beautiful views of the beach. And how else could you really do that and still maintain your legal career? Another one of our top freelancers is in Hawaii, like living the dream, being a freelance lawyer, living in paradise. I think it's so cool. Of course, there can be a lot of lifestyle and well-being benefits about determining how much you want to work and what types of cases you want to work with. That can definitely lend to an enhanced well-being in an otherwise very demanding industry. This can lead to less stress, hopefully. Yes, you guys are still dealing with really complex issues. And you still face demands of deadlines from the clients that you're working with. But overall, hopefully not having to deal directly with clients, not having to deal directly with the court can be a bit of a stress saver. The flexibility to decide, again, what types of issues you want to work with, which attorneys you want to work with, how many hours you want to work per week or per month. The benefits of being a freelance lawyer are just countless. And we really want you to know that we are striving to help bring more and more freelance opportunities to you via Law Clerk each and every day. That is our focus. We are trying to continually bring more busy attorneys. Sometimes they need the help and it just takes them a while to figure out that they need help or they don't know where to go. And so we're always trying to connect with more lawyers to encourage them to reach out to our incredible freelance lawyers and get the help they need, because we know our freelance lawyers will do a fantastic job. So, all right, that's kind of our little foundation I wanted to lay for today about freelance lawyering and how much we appreciate you and how we fully recognize the incredible skill and value you bring to the site. And we thank you for that. So if you're looking for ways to help boost your profile on the Law Clerk site, we wanted to highlight a few tips most of these are really simple, but they're things that you can do so that when a busy attorney is reviewing applicants for a project or reviewing applicants for a new subscription-based working relationship, we want you to know what you can do to make yourself shine and give you a better chance of being selected for that work. And so for that, I want to turn a lot of this over to my partner, Mike Graner, because he works hand in hand with a lot of freelancers and a lot of the attorneys who are doing the selecting of applicants. So he knows what they're looking for. And I think Mike can give us some great insight today. So Mike, I'll turn it over to you.
Yeah, happy to help here. So as Kristin mentioned, we have about over 3,500 freelancers on the site and all different areas of law. So when a project is posted, you're not getting 3,500 applicants, but there's still enough that you want to stand out. And so this is where hopefully these tips will help you and your profile stand out to the hiring attorneys. The first tip is just a friendly and professional profile picture. We have some freelancers out there who just don't put a picture at all. And it's just really nice to have that name with a face. And again, something that kind of, a smiling photo is great. If it's a selfie and you aren't smiling, it just doesn't really stand out as much as, a professional headshot, or even just like a family photo, if you cropped out, that works just as well, but something is better than nothing. When you have 5-10 applicants for a project and one of them has no photo, your eye just gravitates to those with photos. And that's always one of the things that helps.
That's
So
for sure. I think we've got a few examples of that. So here's an example of if you don't have a profile picture, this is what it looks like to the attorney when they're reviewing applicants. So you can see on this one, I pulled a screenshot and I took off the name and the city state because I didn't want to embarrass anybody. But if you don't provide that photo, if someone's looking at 27 applicants, their eye, like Mike said, is going to probably kind of naturally glaze over the ones without a photo, and they're going to be more drawn to the people that have really professional, friendly photos.
I mean, you're working with these people. So again, that name with the face, you're going to talk to them on the phone or email back and forth. You kind of want to know who you're getting yourself into. And so
For sure. Even though all the work's done virtually, it helps to make it come to life. It kind of humanizes you.
exactly. You're
So
not
here's a
working with a
couple.
robot. I promise you that.
Exactly. They're not robots. Yeah, we know you guys are robots. You're amazing
Exactly.
people. So we also have a couple examples of some profiles that we think are really great to give you an idea of what we would suggest. So these are a couple of our good friends. We've gotten to know both these freelancers really well, Brianna and Fabio. They're doing some incredible work. Brianna's basically focuses just on immigration work. Fabio does really high level appellate briefs. But these pictures are great. They're, smiling, but not like too much. Professional photos. They both look approachable, like the kind of person you would want to work with on a complex legal matter.
Completely agree with that.
Awesome. Okay, so that was tip number one. Make sure you've got a friendly and professional photo. All right, Mike, what's next?
At any point too, if you want to swap out photos, you can swap out photos. So if you
that's a great
don't
point.
have one, we have people who start on the site, they don't have the right photo or they don't have their headshots with them. Put up something because that'll help you. And then if a week later you want to swap it out, it's an easy, in the top left corner, go to the menu, edit profile, swap out your photo, and then at least you have something up though.
That is such a great tip that you can update it at any point in time. Awesome. All right, are you ready for tip number two?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay, so your profile will include a bio and a resume in addition to your photo. Some people don't include an updated resume or don't include the best bio or a bio at all, which is an issue because you'll have a nice big blank spot where your bio would be. So I always recommend the bio helps you stand out. You look at people's resumes and most resumes look really good. You're working at this firm, you have experience doing this areas of law. However, the bio sets you apart from other people. So I always suggest, throw in a small bio, even if it's referencing stuff in your resume. Sometimes too, I've found that some of the hiring attorneys, the resumes are so long that they quickly look at the bios and start there. And then they might be like, ooh, let's look further into the resume based on your bio. So any information you can include that gives a little insight into your past, your present, and maybe even your future of what you're looking to do, that kind of helps in that bio field.
It can definitely be a great way to connect. So here's an image of, in case you don't know exactly how this looks on your profile. Again, we're going to pick on our friend Fabio, if I can get my slides to advance. Sorry, guys. There we go. So you'll see under his, the photo panel, then you'll see the view resume, add to a team, a writing sample, professional bio. I'm surprised every week as I'm looking through applicants and helping attorneys select who they want to work with, especially for those subscription program jobs. Under professional bio, a lot of them are blank. And you guys, what Mike said is absolutely true. I think a lot of our users read that bio and maybe sometimes they don't even click open the resume. They think the bio sounds great. So take advantage of that. And Mike, I think that's another thing that can be pretty easily updated, right?
Yeah, you can update your bio and your resume. But as Kristin mentioned, you have to click to open the resume. It says view resume right up there. The bio is right in your face and right in front of you. And if it's short and sweet, people will read it. I've seen people put their entire resume in the bio and it's intimidating. I don't suggest that because the resume is there. So these are just, the bio is something that helps you stand out. And again, I have 25 years experience, like right off the bat. That's a great thing. And again, I always say anything that can help you stand out, put in there. And then anything that humanizes you again, anything that makes you, we have people all the time. In my spare time, I like this and this. I think that's great. I think it makes you a little more fun. And then I've also seen people put see resume. Well, that doesn't really do any good. And again, you're not utilizing that space in that field. So we totally would love you to utilize it, take advantage of any information, again, that would help you stand out to the hiring attorneys and make you feel like you're the right fit for that project or subscription.
Absolutely. Those are great tips. Another thing to know is if it's, for some reason, if it's been a while since you've logged into your freelancer account, you may from time to time log in and we will prompt you to review and update your profile. So, and we give you some of these same tips there, but if you log in, if you see this, if it's been a while, don't be surprised. Just take a few minutes to go through and update everything. And again, it's going to definitely be to your advantage to help you win some more work.
Yeah, it's a good reminder too, if something's changed in your life and you have something to add to your resume or add to your bio, this is a good reminder to do that.
Definitely. All right, let's go to tip number 3, Mike.
Perfect. So everyone includes a writing sample, and we require just a writing sample. You get one writing sample. You can update that as well too. But the key is put your best work, your best foot forward. You can redact any information in there that might be, can't think of the right word now, that might be confidential. But at the same time, if you have a great brief you've written, include it. If you wrote a blog for a website, you can include that. It doesn't necessarily have to be a legal document, but any type of legal work that kind of shows, put your best foot forward and shows what you're capable of doing. The nice thing too is if you're applying for a bunch of bankruptcy jobs, but you also have experience in family law, you can then swap out later on your family, to family law, and then they'll see the family law part of your writing sample. But it really, again, helps you to have this full complete profile with your bio, your resume, your writing sample, your profile picture, reviews of projects. It really, when it comes together, it really gives the hiring attorney a great idea of who you are.
That's for sure. And, we're striving these attorneys are busy. That's why they need your help. And so we're trying to make it as easy for them to quickly review their applicants and look at these items. And if something's missing, then they kind of move on. So take advantage of this. If you're a litigator, like Mike said, try and upload a recent brief that you're really proud of, preferably something that's been, a publicly filed document so that we don't have to worry about confidentiality. If you're a transactional attorney and you're submitting maybe a complicated employment agreement or something like that, absolutely, you can go through and change names, anonymize it, put in Jane Doe, John Doe, put in Acme Corporation, whatever, you can change that. But this is a great way to make you shine, so take advantage of it. Okay, let's go to number 4. Ooh, this is one of my favorites. I like this one.
Me too. So when you apply for projects, the first 3 tips, your resume, writing sample, bio, automatically goes to the hiring attorney. So every time you apply, you'll see the same information. This tip 4, you have the opportunity to leave a note. And this is great because this note will be the only thing that you can differentiate between every single project you apply for. And this, again, will be this and the bio, I feel like, are the 2 things that people read the most. So this note, if you see in the project that they're looking for someone with 20 years experience from California, the first thing you can say is, I've been 25 years experience, live in California, and they see it right off the bat. And they don't have to look and start searching through your bio, searching through your resume. So you can pinpoint exactly why you're the perfect fit for this project or this team or subscription. And it really, again, makes you stand out, which is the key to this whole thing.
Exactly. This is your chance to leave a really unique message about that exact project, why you're the best for it, that exact subscription. We wanted to give you a way to customize that. Now, if you haven't been doing this when you apply for projects or subscriptions, take a note. You maybe just are breezing through, but when you are looking at a project, this was a project screen, before you submit that application, you're going to come across this box and it says, write your comments here. You get 300 characters, which is quite a bit. So don't just click the box and move on. Take 2 minutes, 1 minute, write something here. Because it really stands out to those attorneys.
It's only 300 characters, so it's a couple sentences max. And I've seen people put, I am perfect for this job. And again, it doesn't really tell you why are you perfect for the job. So even if anything you can throw in there to be like, this is why I'm the perfect candidate for you, it's worked out more than you'd know. So
for sure. And so this is where you'll see it when you're applying for the work. And this is how it shows up to the hiring attorney. So first, okay, here's again, we have the same candidate, 27 applicants, no picture. The space where I have that red circle, that's where the note would appear if there was one. So this person didn't leave one. So again, the attorney's probably going to blow right past them. They didn't leave a note. They don't have any ratings yet. They don't have a photo. It's hard to get any work to start getting those ratings unless you're doing these other things. Now let's contrast with, I think we have one with a note. And Mike and I thought this was a really good one. Again, James, James has got a great photo. He's only completed one project, but he got a top rating on it. And he left a really nice note here highlighting his skills and why he's the best applicant for this particular project. So he got an A+. What do you think, Mike?
Yeah, I completely agree with that one. Yep. Kudos to James.
Yeah. So take advantage of that feature. If you have questions about where that shows up or how to do that, just let us know and we can help walk you through it. But hopefully that helps clarify that process.
Yep.
It's probably one of the most important things to do.
When the hiring attorneys do log in, they'll see James's, but then they'll see 10 or 12 boxes. And so again, when the note, it's right in your face, they have to click in to get to the screen to review your bio and your resume. So this is the first thing they see. Profile picture, how many projects you've completed, and then that note. First thing they see, and if they're interested, they click to see the rest. So this is really catch their eye with this note.
100%. Awesome. Okay, let's go on to tip number 5 now.
So once you're working with them, do your best work possible. We encourage our hiring attorneys to leave reviews, and we want honest feedback on the work. We know that you're doing the best work possible. We know it's rare when there's a misstep, but do great work. You'll get great reviews. It helps to it'll give you more comments. I'm sorry, it'll give you the more reviews, so you'll stand out more when they go to review your past project reviews. So again, do the best work you can, and if you're not sure, always reach out if you have questions. Talk to the hiring attorney. They'll get you, excuse me, the information you need to get you to do your best work possible.
That's for sure. It's always important to clarify the scope of work. If you're not 100% crystal clear what that attorney wants you to do, reach out, ask them. And I always tell attorney or freelancers too, if the overwhelming majority of our working relationships on Lawclerk are very pleasant, but if ever you come across an attorney who's maybe not your ideal attorney to be working with for the future, that's fine. You don't ever have to take work from them again, but do strive to still do your best, finish it through, get it done, because they will rate you at the end of it, and you want to earn that top rating so you can then work with some other attorneys. On the flip side, I know a lot of freelancers always ask us too, how can I get that first project? Sometimes it can be tough to get that first project. I would encourage you to be patient. Like I said, the volume on the site has picked up tremendously, especially since COVID. And a lot of our work goes through the Teams feature, which you don't even see. But I've talked to a lot of freelancers that say, in order to get that first 1 or 2 ratings on their profile, they took a project that maybe they otherwise wouldn't have. Maybe it was something with discovery or research, something that they felt was maybe a little bit, simpler than they would normally work on. That's fine. It's a great way for you to get a few ratings on your profile, which is going to help you level up and get more work in the future. That'd be another tip that I didn't really highlight specifically, but it is a good way to build your profile. All right, going on to number 6.
So number 6 is obviously communication is key. So once you start working with your hiring attorney, clarify anything you need, get information ahead of time. Don't just assume that you kind of know how you're doing it. They might want it done a specific way. So just double check and communicate with them. And the nice thing is through our site, you can chat with them through our chat box. You can even do a phone call or a video call through our site. So it's really great. We give you every opportunity to communicate, ask some questions, get the information you need. And that way it's better for you because you can get it done quicker and don't have to go back and make revisions. And you're both getting the best work done as fast as you guys can. So you're able to move on to another project quicker. They're able to get their work done. But this is all because you've asked the questions, got the information right off the bat, and you know what you're doing.
Absolutely. The only thing I would chime in on this too is also communicate, obviously, when things are going well and the work is advancing, but you also have got to communicate if life happens. Okay, we deal with thousands of lawyers on the hiring attorney and the freelancing side every single week. And life happens when you're dealing with that many people. If you suddenly get sick, your kid gets sick. We've had people there, have loved ones go into the hospital or pass away. If things happen and for some reason you're not going to be able to complete that work, you need to communicate that to the attorney, but also to Lawclerk so that we can help that attorney find someone else to step in and pick it up. Okay, we totally understand life happens, but just please communicate, let us know so that we can help the attorney finish the work in a timely manner and not miss any deadlines. So that would be another thing we encourage you to do.
3 hours late, just give them a heads up. Hey, I'll get it to you in a couple hours.
Exactly.
Majority of the time they padded it. They understand, but if they don't hear from you, then they reach out and then we have to track you down. And this way, just give them the heads up, like, hey, I'm on it, but I had to run out and take care of something. I'll finish it in an hour. They're always understanding. So
that's a really great tip too. Awesome. So we hope these were helpful. We also wanted to take a couple minutes to just kind of briefly talk about the subscription program from the freelancer's perspective. So if you haven't heard, the first week of January, we launched the Virtual Associate Subscription Program. What this is a way for our busy attorneys to work with freelancers like you on an even deeper basis. So the way it works is the attorney will tell us, I need someone with 5 to 10 years of experience in this area of law to do these types of tasks. And I need help 40 hours every month, or I need help 80 hours every month, whatever it is. They can hire help in increments of 10 hours. And so once we get a request from one of the attorneys, we go out to our freelancer network to see who might be available and interested to do that freelance work. The great thing for the freelancers about this is It can give you a higher quantity of work. And it also gives you some more predictable revenue if that's something that fits well into your lifestyle. Maybe you're a busy solo attorney and from time to time when things slow down, you pick up a freelance project here or there. If so, then maybe subscription isn't right for you. But if you're maybe taking some time away from the full-time practice to take care of kids, or if maybe you're a military spouse and you just got moved to a new base, then a really great way for you to connect with busy attorneys and get a bigger quantity and volume of work is through subscription.
The other nice thing is you work with one attorney the whole time. So you feel like you're part of their team. You're getting, you get to know them, you get to know their rapport and their style, and you mesh well that way, as opposed to taking on projects from different people over and over. You're sticking with one person throughout the long run, which is great.
That's a huge one too. So if you're like, oh, this subscription thing sounds interesting, definitely I want to encourage you to visit our website, lawclerk.legal. Up in the top blue banner, you'll see we have a special link for it right now, Virtual Associate Subscription Program. There's a ton of information on there. There is an interest form if you would like to be considered for those roles. We've started a separate database of attorneys who have specifically said they would like to be a part of this. But also keep in mind that the company Lawclerk, when subscriptions come in, we post those through our company account. You'll see those as teams in the platform. So definitely keep an eye out for any team postings from Lawclerk. It really means that's a subscription. And we say that in the post.
Yeah, and they work different than a team though. So a team, you're applying to be on one attorney's team and they can invite you when needed. This would be an ongoing monthly set number of hours. So we differentiate in the title between a team and then a virtual associate subscription program. So just keep an eye out for that too.
Definitely. And Mike leads those, so he knows all about those. Another thing you can do if you're interested in subscription, you want to know more, email us and we'll send you the link where you can submit some information so that we can get you into our candidate pool. Just email support@lawclerk.legal. Say, hey, I'm interested in doing freelance work for the subscription program, and we'll get you that link. Okay. Well, if you have any questions, for those of you joining us live, we'd be happy to answer those one-on-one. If you can also, of course, reach out. If you have a question you'd like to discuss one-on-one, you can reach out to support@lawclerk.legal. Mike and I want to thank you for joining us. We know your time is valuable, and so it always means a lot to us when you carve out a part of your day to spend with us and learn a little bit more about Lawclerk and about ways to improve your freelance career. Likewise, if there's other topics you want to know more about from the freelancer's perspective, please let us know. We'll be doing more and more webinars aimed specifically for you. And of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't invite you to please connect with us on your favorite social media platform if you haven't already. We've got all the major accounts: Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter. If you like learning by video, we've got a ton of videos on our YouTube channel. And we also have a really fun Instagram account for this little guy, our little Sharky. Back in the days when we used to go out to legal conferences, we would be handing these out, but Sharky has his own Instagram account. It's a lot of fun. If you just want fun social media, follow @SharkOnTheRun and check that out. So Mike, thanks so much for joining me today and sharing your wisdom.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Awesome. Well, you guys have a great day, and we'll connect with you again soon on another webinar.